Hello, Exodus here, and today we have a second part of the video where we are testing which monkey turret is the best in terms of synergy with the almighty and all-powerful monkey star perk. Now, we have tested last episode all the primary monkeys and all the support monkeys, and the video before we also tested the heroes. Now, as an entrance, I would like to thank you for watching my video for the hero monkeys, where I tested which hero is the best combined with the monkey perk. It reached 840 views as I'm recording this video, so thank you, really thank you so much for actually watching this video and actually, well, getting me a bit of a watch time. This will help me improve, and also will help me upgrade my channel to the new heights, because I'm gonna get more and more views, and that will be really good for the growth of my channel, which eventually I'm planning to go to 2,000 subscribers. So thank you all already as a start for even clicking on this video. I am really glad that you entered, and I appreciate that. So now we're gonna do the same thing as we did in the previous video, which we're gonna complete the test for every monkey, and it's gonna be the solo BTD. It's gonna be 145 Moabs, which is first and second class, and optionally, if the turret is gonna do really well, or in a weird way, kinda well, 145 COMGs and DDTs. We can also use a monkey village with the camo detection if it's gonna be necessary for the tests. Now, I prepared all of those monkeys that we're going to test, and we're gonna rate them and grade them from the scale from F to S, or even double S, or even a triple S if we're going to actually find the monkey who's gonna be the best out of all of them. But I already see a good contender, but we're gonna move to this monkey probably at last, because I believe this monkey is gonna be absolutely OP. So let's start with a simple the placement. We're gonna keep the placement here maybe. Actually, I did a placement for the previous monkeys here. For heroes I did here, and for this I did here. So we're gonna keep it that way. We're gonna keep the placement here, and we're gonna start with Triple Moab, which, well, if I'm being honest, it's well, in terms of hitting the BAD, it's obviously gonna deal a lot of damage, and also it will buff damage in terms of that the other monkeys deal much more damage. I believe it's 6 damage, and I also tested it with the normal monkey. The monkey star perk does not increase the damage from the other monkeys on the BAD. So for this purpose, I'm actually gonna let him try to pop the BAD, and then let's see if he's gonna be able to pop the DDTs and also the other ones. Let's see. It stuns them and it kills them. So, well, I'll be honest, it's gonna pop the Moab class balloons easily. As you can see, it stuns the nearby ones. But I have a feeling that, yeah. Okay, so 145 I think will slip. But it doesn't do bad, but it's actually managed to clear it managed to clear it. Fair play. But now if we do 145 Moabs, obviously it's gonna be, well, it's gonna deal good damage for a bunch of them, but it's gonna be just... The thing about this monkey that a lot of people don't know, that it is a hit scan. So it doesn't have a projectile, it just hits the target instantly. So you have to know that. As you can see, it cannot handle the groups of the balloons, which is understandable. I already expected that. I need to check if I am still recording. I am still recording, and we're doing the elite sniper, which the ability is not going to be useful for pops. The ability is basically the cash drop. So in terms of the, the fortified mobs, it didn't do much, but the BAD let's see the... Yeah. I mean, if we'll go this, then maybe it will have sense, but still, it's not enough damage. It's not enough DPS. It's disappointing. But now, it's time for Elite Defender, which should... It should beat the BAD. Actually, it's doing a pretty... It's doing not as much DPS, but it's understandable. It doesn't have full metal jacket. It does, because you'll usually go full metal jacket and then the large caliber with this, and this will give it insane popping power. Like, he would already shred the BAD and probably the layers inside by then. Sadly, what happens is he's gonna struggle a bit, because again, to make it fair, I also forgot to mention every single monkey is gonna be a tier 5 and there's not gonna be no sub upgrades to make it fair for all the monkeys. So as you can see, it pops pretty well, and then it comes to the DDTs and it just deals no damage because they are, well, they have armor that prevents them from getting hit. So it's not gonna pop. I can already see it's not gonna pop. I mean, it's gonna pop the... Yeah, look, it's gonna pop this. It doesn't pop all of them, some of them slipped. It's not gonna pop all the mobs in this one, yeah. So yeah, so we can already kind of conclude that it's not a bad sniper monkey, but it's not the best. Okay, so let's start grading them. The first one, I'll give it a B, because as much as the usefulness of it is good, but it's not the best to use. Elite monkey, I can see it being good, but I have to give it a C- for this, because the BAD solo was just tragic and it just couldn't do anything against fortified mobs. And the last one, I will honestly, because listen, I didn't do, but I think you should already realize by now that you should realize this. You should realize what's gonna happen. So it doesn't have enough power. It's gonna pop them single. Like, look, boom, another popped, another popped. It just doesn't. It's just not gonna do well. So, but again, for almost beating it, I'm gonna give it a B-. I can see it being useful. Actually, I'm gonna up to B+, the first one. Now I'll keep it a B, because when you put the first pathing, it's gonna be more useful. Alone, it doesn't do much, but with the first path, this definitely can be a huge improvement. Now we're going to the monkey sub, where, if I'm being honest, the Energizer looks like it's gonna be not bad. Well, it already has a camo detection, so it doesn't need one. And if we're gonna start popping, it actually does work. I've tested it, it does work. So it pops, and you can see it handles them. It handled the mobs. And if we'll send those now, and in the meanwhile, I'll get the BAD going, because it's gonna be slower than these. As you can see, yeah, it's popping. But one funniest thing about this monkey is that it has limited pierce, and you cannot focus all of the monkeys in its area. It's gonna just focus some of them. That's the small thing about Energizers that a lot of people don't know. So as you can see, look, it started popping the first ones. Actually, wait a minute, it actually, because if I send a lot of bunch of them, yeah, it did nothing. But let's see now. Yeah, so the DPS is pretty bad against the BED, and yeah, it's not gonna pop it. It's just not gonna pop it, and I know it. So you can already move to the preemptive strike. Now, if we send the BAD, let's see the damage of the preemptive strike. Yeah, so it just one-shot the BAD. And I'm not surprised, because this ability is really powerful, but the monkey buff, the monkey perk, absolutely elevates this. Now, if we do 145, yeah, that happens. Now let's send 100 of these. And this is the thing, yeah, automatically triggers a powerful missile whenever mob class balloon spawns. So it's not gonna clear all of them, but it is a valiant effort. It's genuinely a valiant effort. I am positively stunned here. Absolutely positively stunned. Wait, did I test? I tested the plutonium reactor and did it beat the 45 mobs? Because I remember it did, right? Because it was popping them and then it popped. Okay. Good. I just need to do a quick testing. Now the sub commander, which is the most powerful, I'll be honest. This is the most powerful. So I didn't test the DDT spawning if you can handle, but you can already see the middle monkey sub can handle it. So let's send. I believe in this, so I'm gonna send 100 of the fortified of these bad boys. I have a faith in him. And in a meanwhile, oh sorry, wrong button. I'm gonna set it to 1. Ooh, it's not doing bad, but it can pick up the pace, definitely. Thing is, yeah, if you get the darts, the middle path, it can definitely so it can deal with mobs, as you can see. So it will handle 100 mobs. I don't even have to actually test it because I know that it will. Because well, he popped most of them actually, as you can see. He actually managed to pop most of them, which is I'm impressed by it. So. There's not even discussion if you can clear the other ones. But now if we send the BTD, the BTD can be a test for him. And we will see now the DPS of it. With this monkey sub, I recommend going middle path, because obviously you can give it a global, wow, it's a pretty good DPS. You can give it a global range, but honestly I don't think he needs it. I think he needs just barber darts. He just needs more pierce. Like enchant pierce allows him to have much more DPS, and it's just more important in my opinion than having just a global. Yeah, he's gonna struggle. If he had the middle path he would kill them, but look, he dealt with them. Okay, so let's now conclude and let's just say the first monkey sub is gonna get an A. Single target, it sucks, but the multi-target definitely good potential. The middle path thing is gonna get S-, because it actually can do pretty good, but it lacks just a little bit more firepower to just handle the other ones. The right path, I'll give it an S because the potential is amazing for this. I'll just give it an S purely because of the potential. And I'll put up the sniper monkey, the third one, to actually do B+, because I feel like it didn't do well, but the potential also has to be taken into consideration. Okay, let's now do the monkey buccaneer. We're starting with the carrier flagship. Obviously we're gonna send the BAD, and as you can see, the mini ace pilots are going to just shred it on the way while he's making its way to the monkey buccaneer, which now shoots at him. It deals a bit of extra damage, but it doesn't deal much. But as you can see, without that, it's just a bit stinky, isn't it? Also, I need to see something. I'll send DDTs. It can pop the DDTs. Okay, so it can actually pop everything inside. Now, let's send 145 mobs, because I have a feeling yes. So the ace pilots also have those like missiles that they shoot at mobs, which is really useful. But if we send them, let's see if it can actually do well against this might clear it. I believe in it. It will clear. Because they are flying in a wing monkey pattern, basically. It's a mini wing monkey pattern. You can unlock wing monkey pattern for the normal helis from the monkey knowledge, and it did clear, and it's gonna clear, and it did clear all of the 102nd class mobs. I'm not sending ZMGs because they will go through, but let's see the DDTs. It can pop some DDTs, but it's just not enough. It can pop some of them, but yeah. It just was, you know, it wasn't really close there, but really valiant effort, really. Now, the Pirate Lord. Now, the ability can be useful for jacking multiple map class balloons. But now we have to face reality. If we send 100 of these, use the ability, yoink. It's gonna earn extra money, yes. Does it deal a lot of damage? Yes. It can shoot from both sides, which means that if they kind of start coming in here, it can blast them immensely, but it's just not enough. Sending 100 of them, yoink. We can yoink. Some of them, the ability has medium cooldown, so then we can do this again, yoink, and it's gonna make a little more money. Again, yoink. It's gonna yoink only the biggest balloons, so we don't have to worry about it. So it's a really specific monkey. Like, you will, well, yoink. So if you use the abilities fast enough, you can actually do something with it. But as you can see, look, the balloons just start out going in. Yeah, yoink, another one, and yeah. So it's not as bad, but it's not as good. So sending BAD, obviously the ability will not work on BAD. Why? Because he can grapple all except the BAD. He can grapple DDTs. Yes, no issues with that. What is the DPS? Holy, he's not gonna pop him. Actually, I'm gonna, in the meanwhile, just as an extra test, set 100 DDTs. He can yoink them. He can yoink them. Yeah, he cannot pop them, but it's still doing the AoE damage to the. It's not gonna pop them. It's not gonna pop him. And even if he pops him, he's not gonna burst through the inside layers. I mean, I'll believe in him, but it's rough. It's not gonna do it. I'm gonna spam click it just in case it actually bursts the layer. So maybe give it a little bit more pops, and it's not gonna get it, and it's going out of range, and it's over. Yeah, the BAD survived. It survived the Pirate Lord, sorry. The Trade Empire. Do I even need to test it? Because this is the thing. It doesn't deal bad damage, but it can deal more damage with more cash saved. Yeah, I cannot like give him money. I legit cannot. So my observation: the first monkey is gonna get S+ because the potential is huge. The second one is gonna get A+. I feel like A+ is gonna be. No, it's not gonna be fair because he struggled for BAD. I'm gonna give it an A-. It kind of struggled against a single target, and it almost popped him, but it wasn't as effective. And the bottom path, yeah, I have to give it an F+ because it can do something, but it's not really useful. It really isn't. It is just miserable. Now, the placement for the monkey ace doesn't really matter, so I can put in whatever, but the Sky Shredder, and I'm gonna actually put it on Winged Monkey because I want to make it fair. And I'm gonna send 100 of these, and obviously I'm gonna get this, and as you can see, it handled them. If we send 100 of these, the Sky Shredder is like not really bad, but as you can see, it can handle on its own a lot. Some of them slipped again. They will kind of slipped, and it was unfortunate. And some of them slipped again, and some of them again slipped. So it's almost. But DDTs, I believe. Okay, the rockets actually. Wait a minute. It's actually DDTs. Wait a minute. Wait, it actually popped everything. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. If I'll send now the BAD. Oh, the DPS is just, yeah. The rockets are doing it wonders, so I am definitely going to already conclude that this is definitely going to be an S+. Yeah, S+. Oh, this is just... The monkeys is gonna be really good, except when it becomes not so good, because we're gonna now use the Tsar Bomba. Tsar Bomba, of course, it's an ability based monkey, so you can see, let's drop the Tsar Bomba, and it was decent, but if we would macro it better, I feel it will be much more better. Well, my English is absolutely all over the place today, I apologize for this. As you can see, the bomb's actually doing some decent damage, but let's give it a fighting chance. So let's actually drop another Tsar Bomba on it. So we need to get 30k pops to actually, because if I use the ability now, it's gonna leak. Oh wait, oh, okay, it's all BTD. I'll give it a fast where it's due, but now we're gonna send the hold up, we might be cooking. Okay, that's the volume increase. Let's send them. I'll wait for all of them to appear on the screen. Boom. Give it a minute. Hold. We're doing now the optional test because it's already doing good, but it's ability usage, so okay, it stunned them. It actually did decent. We can use another one soon. Another one, and it popped all of them. Wow. Let's send them. I mean, honestly, I am surprised of. I am really surprised because I rarely use the Tsar Bomba, if I'm being honest. But I believe with this perk, it's actually very viable. It's actually legit viable way. But now we're gonna move to the absolute bad boy, who, in my opinion, is gonna just steal the show. But there's gonna be one more monkey that's gonna steal the show even further. So let's just proceed and let's just stop screwing around. Let's set them. And let's just watch what will happen. The count of the pops for this monkey is going absolutely insane, and rightfully so, because the Flying Fortress, yeah, the cost of it is around 90,000 if we're playing on hard difficulty. So obviously it is one of those monkeys that it's definitely going to have this value, and this value is immensely increased by double, to be specific, because of this perk. And as you can see, it just handled 100. I mean, bro, if we send DDTs, it's gonna be the same story. Now, you want me to send the... You know what? Make it 10. Make it 10 BADs. And I think we shouldn't be surprised by the result, that it can pop. It can just pop. Yeah. So I think we can conclude it here that Monkey A is definitely S+ for the first one, SS- for the second one, and SS+ for the third path. This is the first monkey that got S all across the board. The previous video it didn't happen, this one it did. Absolutely stunned. I'm not gonna bother with placement of Heli Monkey because it's obvious what's gonna happen. So let's just send the BAD and let's just watch him absolutely shred him. Okay, in the meanwhile I'm gonna give him a... Oh, I sent 10 by accident. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. It's now, I was looking at, wow, he's doing a lot of damage, yeah. But as you can see, it's already at 10k pops up until this point. So yeah, we can clear it because I already can tell you it's gonna pop it. Yep, it's gonna pop them. What about them? I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, this upgrade is also kinda costly, and you can do just really great wonders. I'm gonna send DDTs just to see if it actually popped the DDTs, and it popped some of them. It popped some of them, maybe even most of them, because the life slots definitely indicate that. I'm not gonna send COMGs because it's gonna leak a lot of balloons, and I know it. I just know it's gonna leak a lot of balloons. But we actually got the test exactly as I expected it to happen. So special populations. Now, this is where we have to use our heli. Let's start. Let's start with 100 and 100 of these. Let's put the monkey here. Okay, the blowback actually is doing. I'm gonna try to macro it. The blowback is actually doing a pretty good job here. As you can see, yeah, the marines that are deployed. Let's send now them. Does it work with the? It works. Is the marine still on? No, it expired. The drop cash obviously doesn't give extra money. So yes, so as you can see, I'm trying not to get a lot of them, but yeah, it's kind of impossible. The ability is up, obviously. We can also do this, and it's just gonna give it a bit more popping power. But yeah, the alone is just not gonna be useful, and it was kind of expected. If we now place the BAD, I think it's pretty reasonable what will happen. Let's look at the pops. Yeah, it's gonna pop. It's just gonna pop. And we're gonna put the second marine. And then again another marine. It's gonna pop, so we can actually stop it here. And now we're gonna do the bottom path, which is Comanche. Comanche Defender. It's slightly less expensive than the Apache Prime. So let's now see, because it also has the Moab pushback. And as you can see, it will handle BAD. And it will handle DDTs as well if I give him the camera detection. So we can now move to 145. So let's just send the Moabs first. Let's send the... Jesus, this game. You see the pushback effect? But you have to keep it at a specific spot. So yeah, so it can do something, but well, it's not really blowing me away. It's not really blowing the mobs away as well as it should. But after all, it does its job, and as you can see, it actually manages to beat. Yeah, it's gonna beat them. And you can see, look, oh, yep, there's the pushback. It's specific. If you put a person on it, it's gonna work better. DDTs, yeah, DDTs is gonna struggle, but he did its basic job, and I'm happy about it. So, the first path, I'm gonna give it an S+. I feel like it's pretty obvious why. It can definitely handle its own, and it does pretty well. The middle path, I'm gonna give it an A, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A+, because it's definitely up there and it can do something, but not as much potential. The bottom path also is obviously getting S+. Actually, the first path, I'm gonna give it a... Should I give it an S+? Ah, fuck it. Yeah, S+. Okay. I'm not gonna give it higher because I feel like it's definitely not as powerful. Okay, we're now moving on to Mortal Monkey, and here we started with the fortified, and as you can see, it's done pretty good job. Let's send them now. I'm trying, but it's just not enough. So in terms of beating the first class mobs, it's okay. It's really good. Also, it stuns them temporarily. Faster reload is gonna obviously give it a bit more oomph. But if we now send a singular target like the BAD, which is gonna appear eventually, the damage is, as you can see, I'll even reset the counter just so you can see, it stuns, which is useful. But yeah, rapid reload would definitely make a wonders for this, and it will definitely work like that. Yeah, as you can see, but again, we have to test it as the normal one, so we tested it and it wasn't bad, but it could have had a bit more improvement. Poppino! As you can see, the rate of fire is insane. And now Poppino, which does nothing for the singular target because this ability is obviously used at a... So yeah, this is single target is... Okay, 5k, 10k, it's gonna probably pop the top layer, but it's not gonna pop. I mean, I'll give it a fighting chance, but if it doesn't make 20k pops by this point, I feel like it's just shouldn't be discussion anymore. We are halfway through and it is 30 minutes. This video is gonna be an hour long. Yeah, let's just do this because it's gonna be pointless. But let's actually, I believe it can easily beat them. Okay, Poppino was actually pretty good there. Okay, it didn't do bad. Oh, some of them are leaking. Oh no. Well, the Poppino definitely makes it a... It gives it a run for its money. But essentially what's happening is that it just ain't the same, bruv. Okay. Bloom Incineration. Surely it will just wipe the floor of those. Well, as you can see, yeah, the pierce on this is not bad, but this is the funniest part. These are reinforced. Obviously, they lost reinforcement, but it can handle obviously the fortified. Like if I send them, it can kind of handle, but as you can see, it's really hard because it is powerful, but it's not powerful enough. Look at that. The burny stuff actually dealing a lot of damage. And I can obviously confidently say it can pop the BAD. So we're just gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna give the first Motor Monkey. Yeah, the single target is not good. The multi-target it's also not bad, but it's just a B plus compared to the other monkeys in this video. It's gonna be a B plus. The middle path, well, the middle path has definitely huge potential. I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A. And the bottom path, well, the bottom path is it's really specific. It can pop the BAD, it can pop more up class balloons, but the insides are not gonna get burned through enough. So I'm just gonna give it an A plus because it still put up a hell of a job. So I cannot hide it for that. And now we're doing the Dart Monkey. We're doing the Ray of Doom, and well, you know what? Let's send reinforced BAD because I can already tell you. I think I sent 2 by accident. I'm pretty sure you can know what's gonna happen. Do I have camo detection for? Do I need camo detection for them? I don't think I need. Oh, I actually. Maybe I don't need. But they were also reinforced because the insides were reinforced. So yeah. Oh. Obviously the optimal placement will be, even with this placement we just do a lot, but let's send them. Look what's happening. This is 100. Listen, I did a test. I sent 145 BADs for the video. This is a short. I posted it as a short. It cleared all of them. It's insane how much DPS it can handle. It can do. I believe I also used the monkey village, but I used the middle one where it does more pops. But look, despite it kind of struggling, but look at that. The fact that it can still do that is just absolutely amazing. I mean, listen, the cost of the Raid of Doom is pretty good, pretty big, so you shouldn't be really surprised, but look at that. After all of that, it manages to actually does really well job. Oh, I need to place it here because some balloons are starting to leak. Oh, it's starting to leak again. Up. Okay, some of them leaked, but I had to modify my laser a bit for this. And okay, I'll be honest, it almost popped all of them. And if I actually got my lasers pointed correctly, it would have popped these escaping ones. He just soloed that. What else do you want me to tell you? It's just insanity. Now we're gonna do the mad darling Gunner. I don't think I need to tell you what this is going to do against the... yeah, so thing is the pierce, but let's use the ability. So the pierce of this is, yeah, the pierce sucks. That's the negative, but as you can see, the single target damage, because let's say you actually play some boss events, you'll definitely have a tutorial where it uses the darting gunner. At least every 2 bosses, because this is extremely good against a single target. Because look at that. Let's look at the pops. It does some decent amount. This is 45, by the way. Let's use the ability. Look at, it's already shredded pretty well. Look at that. Yeah. So the single target damage is nuts. It just needs more pierce. It just needs more encouragement. That's all it needs. But it's extremely good turret. And now we have a balloon exclusion zone, which I'm gonna say target independent for this. I'm gonna set. Oh, wrong one. Oh wait, it's actually doing a weird thing. Really? It's meant to be. Okay. 100 of these. And well, target independent. As you can see, it kind of works, but again, the pierce of this turret isn't the best. And it leaks. And it just leaks. I mean, if we're gonna send the BAD, as you can see, it starts doing damage. And it's gonna ramp up as it gets closer because it's a buckshot, and it's gonna get a more value. And I need to give it a for the DDTs. It cannot pop them. It just doesn't have the popping capabilities. But it did pretty well against the rest of the things. So 40 minutes passed and we already wow, it's gonna be a long video, so my apologies for that. If you somehow made it halfway through the video, you probably didn't, you probably went for the results, but whew, okay, Darling Ghana. The first path, obviously I have to give it an SS plus. There's gonna be a better monkey that's gonna get triple S, I believe. And it's not even up to discussion. The middle path is gonna get A plus because again the ability itself is really good, really powerful, but it just needs a bit of support from other sources. Actually, I'm gonna give it an S minus. Definitely a huge potential. And the bottom pathing, well, it's not bad, but I'm gonna give it an A plus because it's definitely the worst out of all 3. And now we finally made it. Wizard monkeys. The Archmage, like, if I send BADs, you should already expect what's going to happen. So let me in the meanwhile send 100 of these. Why? Because Archmage has infinite pierce, so it doesn't really do as much of an issue. As you can see, it's slowly handling them, but actually it starts to struggle a little bit. So yeah, I set it on first, but it doesn't reach those balloons, and well, it almost handles. Not really almost. It's not enough. But as you can see, it will pop BAD because it wasn't focused on BAD, but the DPS is actually, as you can see, pretty good. So it would have. Oh, look at that! See, even with those 100 balloons, it actually did it. So it would have popped the BAD and inside layers, anyways. I'm going to kind of try to speed run through the rest of them. Wizard Lord Phoenix. I mean, surely he can just absolutely obliterate the balloons on the map. This is just the Phoenix attacking, and now the Wizard is attacking, and now we're putting the ability to use, and it just does that. Yeah. Let's just put it to test. Actually, 100 ZMGs. Give it a village. So let's let all of them spawn, and then boom. Let's use the ability. Let's see what's gonna happen. And it's gonna stop. Yep, the ability ran out, and the ability is gonna be ready in a little bit. So the Phoenix is gonna help us not to leak balloons, and then boom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know what's gonna happen if I send the. I'm pretty sure we all know what's going to happen to the BAD if we're gonna send it, because he's gonna start attacking, and yeah, just yeah. And then let's use the ability, which is gonna improve the pops even more. And yep. Do I have to add anything more? Not really. The Prince of Darkness. Now, this is gonna be a really interesting one, because it needs pops for the. Yeah, see, this is the issue. It needs pops. It needs pops. It cannot pop. Okay, let's give him a little bit of the juice to work with, because he needs the pops. Okay, that might be a bit of an issue, because if for me to test it, let's send 100 of rainbow ones, so he actually has some juice to operate on. And now let's send the BAD, and let's see the damage. As you can see, yeah, now. Oh. I'm just messing up. Let's look at this. Okay. The singular damage against BD, it's not really satisfying, isn't it? So let's clear him, and let's just send 145 mobs, just so you know. So yeah, the targeting that it does is a bit weird, and you have to just pardon this for it. But he's a little nervous, but he actually manages to beat them. Barely. But if we're gonna actually try to, you know, macro it properly. Okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah, it cannot pop them. I can already tell you it's gonna struggle, because the pierce of the reanimate balloons is just not enough. It's just not enough. So the wizard monkey, the top path is gonna get for me S. I'm gonna give it an S. I feel like this is the right grade to give him. The middle path is gonna get S plus. It's gonna get S plus. And the bottom path is gonna get a B minus. It is potential, but it's just not enough. Okay, we're gonna leave Super Monkey for last because I want to do first those monkeys, and the Super Monkey is the most expensive monkey in the game, so you can already expect what I'm going to do. So the Grandmaster Ninja, which is gonna go against 100 Moabs, and it struggles, and obviously it's gonna struggle. Wait, let's send the BAD again because I also cleared it. So let's just go get him against the BAD. So the Seeking Shuriken will be the best to have for him if we're gonna combine it, but again, we're doing tier 5s without any sub upgrade. And he doesn't do a bad job. But it's just not enough. It's just not enough, and you can just expect me to just... The Grand Saboteur. Let's send Reinforced, and let's also use the ability. And some of them are already damaged. And again, you use him for the ability. You use him for the value of slow, and also to get the... You can see the slow is pretty good. For a long duration, and to use them to actually use him to actually damage the Moabs before they even come up. The highest hopes is the Master Bomba, and yeah, Mobs, so Mobs really good. Insights not so well. If we do the same thing, Mobs again, Mobs, wonderful. Mob destruction. Maestro. DDTs? Kinda, but again, it has a limitation. And if we just send the BAD now, so you can see the bombs deal 3k damage. And it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop it. Yep, there we go, it popped this, and it pops BAD. So this monkey definitely has the biggest oomph. And the Ninja Monkey is gonna get the top path. Unfortunately, is gonna be C. I'm gonna give it a C plus because the potential is there. The Ninja Monkeys can work extremely well, and their full capability can be used if you put them with the mid path tier 3 20 monkeys, because the Shinobis actually increase the attack speed multiplicatively. Jesus Christ, my English just went out of the window. It multiplies the attack speed after each monkey bot. I'm just too tired. And also increases the pierce, but addictively. My god, what is wrong with me today? So C+, the Metal Monkey, obviously I'm gonna give it an F. It doesn't benefit at all from the perk. And the bottom path, which has the biggest potential, but it's only against Moabs, I'll give it only a B+, because it struggles with the insights, okay? Now we're moving on to the monkey that I have no hopes for. And this is Alchemist. Maybe prove me wrong, maybe he'll do something, but the Permanent Brew obviously is gonna buff. And let's actually test it. Let's give it a long, and let's do the... Yeah, so it is as supposed to. It buffs by 1 damage. It doesn't actually buff for 2 damage. This perk does not allow for this. Now, the Tonic Transformation though. This is apparently a hidden beauty in terms of defeating mob balloons. Let's see if it's actually going to happen. So we have Concoction that slowly is going to rip open the balloon from the inside, but let's not lose the ability that actually gives him a laser and the nearby 5 nearby monkeys in the crazy attack monsters. And well, it's kind of weird and it's kind of tricky, as you can see. It gets the laser attack, it gets increased range, but the Concoction doesn't work on BAD. So no matter what, it's not gonna be able to pop it effectively, but I'm gonna give it a fighting chance because it actually dealt 18k pops already. And if we increase its range, it's actually has range, but it lost its range. Oh, it's not gonna pop the BAD. It's not gonna pop the BAD. Yeah, it's just the ability will be ready anyways, but yeah, it cannot pop the BAD. Actually, it can pop, but the inside layers will be. Yeah, it ain't the same, bruv. But let's see how it's going to handle. Well, for this ability to work the best, you need 4 other monkeys next to him. It really, it's all about that, so. And this is an interesting thing, yeah? All affected balloons, red balloons. So, if we're gonna start sending that, it says it does exactly as it says, but it doesn't benefit at all from monkey hero perk. There's no benefit from that. So, the first path obviously F. The middle path gets D plus. It's just not good. Actually, it wasn't bad against BD. C minus. And the bottom path F. I said I have no high hopes, and again, it proved my point. Okay. Let's do the druid, and we're gonna obviously do the monarch of the storms. Well, we're starting with a big boy back boy. And well, if you know what this monkey does, the top path, tier 5, you shouldn't be surprised if you can do that. And it should be able to pop every single balloon. As you can see, some of them are getting pushed back to the start. And it's popping all of them. DDTs, pushing them back, making chaos. Popped almost all of them. Almost all of them were popped. So this is pretty good. We're gonna also do the singular test on the BAD. I can send him actually because he has actually pretty good peers. Let's look at that. As you can see, the BAD starts already to get shredded. It's because of the Monarch of the Stars ability. So yeah, so solo it can definitely beat the BAD, but it's gonna struggle a bit against the stronger balloons, and it is understandable. As you can see, yep, it got pierced, and then it actually slipped past, but it's not a biggie. The Monarch of the Storm, really decent, really decent, but it's just if you want to utilize him for something more, it's gonna struggle just a little bit. Spirit of the Forest. Now, I have to give him camo detection because this is the hidden thing. In order for Druid to get camo detection without the monkey village, you need to get hard thorns. Because this upgrade actually makes it not only that it can deal with lead and fortified, but it also gives a camo detection. So if we send the BAD, as you can see, what's going to happen is it's gonna start getting damaged by the lowest grade thorns. It's 10. Then the druid is gonna start attacking it, and it's gonna start going into the hardest thorns. I forgot how much damage they do. 30. Okay, so it's 10, 20, 30. It's getting edged on them, and the druid itself is doing not bad, but essentially it's not gonna pop the BAD. I can just tell you, it made 10k here, and it's gonna just become worse and worse. So maybe it can pop the BAD, but the inside layers are not gonna get popped. Yeah, it's not gonna get popped. 100 reinforced Moabs. Yeah, I mean the thorns have pretty unlimited pierce, so let's just send the DDTs just to show you, because it doesn't gonna matter as much. It cannot pop the DDTs. It's just gonna slightly lose to them, but popping the middle path, yes, please. And I feel like I should have put them faster, into the mix. But let's see what's going to happen. So they're almost ripped, and there you go, they start ripping. And actually, wait a minute, they're actually ripping slower. It's not gonna pop them. It's not gonna pop them, but still. Oh, my bad. My bad. No, it's not my bad. I was actually meant to go for the bottom monkey, which is the Avatar of Wrath. But it wasn't that far off. Well, now with the Avatar of Wrath, his power is that the more blues there is, and the more he attacks, the more power he's gonna have. So yeah, he cannot handle these pretty well, but if we send him Moab, obviously it's gonna handle him, and you're gonna see it. It already ramped up a little bit from the previous pops, but you'll have the basically kind of the same results, as you can see. Popped. Yeah, no hard turn, so it cannot do that, but it actually struggled with the inside layers. So yeah, Druid, the top path, S+, obviously. I'm not gonna give it S even minus, because, well, it kind of needs to do a bit more for that. The middle path, the BAD is a struggle with the BAD as a singular. It does well against the Moabs, not so good against the ZOMGs, and cannot pop TTs without the first upgrade. I'm gonna give it an S minus. And the bottom path, single target, pretty decent, but still didn't pop the BAD because some of them slid because of his thorns, because he had no upgrades. So, and the multiple groups of maps, not really useful as well. It needs Poplast monkeys near him. So 5 Poplast monkeys and it just shreds. Without that, I'm gonna give it A+. A+ is fair. We are almost an hour into video, but it's gonna become really fast thing. Lord of the Abyss. Let's send the BAT, and it's going. And in the meanwhile, it's going. Let's send 100 of these, because it can handle them. Yep, there we go, there we go, there we go. Boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom. Some of them actually bounce to the, but it doesn't. It's not gonna matter, because look at this. The tentacles attacking. It's not gonna pop it. I can tell you it's not gonna pop it already. The single target, it's gonna stink. But look at that. The groups of balloons, the tentacles attacking all around him. One of them actually miraculously slipped by. Okay, that was more than one. What about the DTs? Can it actually pop the DTs? No, it cannot. So single target damage. Pretty bad, pretty piss. But the multiple targets, yeah. Oh yeah. So in the Poseidon, I can already tell you, I'm gonna just send them, because his ability is just going to this. Now the only issue is the inside layers. He doesn't have enough peers to handle them. And you will need like the second ability for the... Oh, he doesn't even pierce them. There's just too many of them. So it's kind of interesting. And I obviously, because I'm stupid, I forgot about this. So let's use the ability now. Let's use his ability. And as you can see, it's gonna pop the BAD. Like, look, and the ability is up and running in a second. And obviously, just for the love of the game, we're gonna use it and just quickly do this and beat them. And it can also beat the normal these, but you can see it struggles against zebras. Why is it zebras? Is it there something I don't know? Are zebras resistant to like being popped by frozen? I'm kind of stumped by the results, to be honest, but it still did good. I'll be honest, really good. The final harmonic. Let me just send 100 mobs, because yeah, so again, this is the monkey that you should pair up with other monkeys. Also 10 more monkeys to give it a longer range, because this is meant to be monkey that increases the magic monkey spears, and on top of that just makes a good utilization of his echo ability. So I can conclude with my monkey. The top path, the solo target is pretty pissed, but the multi-target actually pretty decent. So S minus, I feel like S minus. Actually no, A plus, A plus. The middle path, single target, very good. The multi-target, also pretty good, but not like fully. So this is why he's gonna get S minus, because it's kind of was questionable what happened there. The bottom path, well, it's F plus actually, because the range benefits from it. And now we're moving on to the last one, which is the super monkey. The super monkey, the monkey that will steal the show. Obviously its sacrifices are needed, but let's just put it to true sun god. A million. What can it do with the million without any sacrifices whatsoever? Well, it can definitely beat them. Give it a let's give it a camera detection. DDTs, it can pop the DDTs. I mean, I would be surprised if turret that it's worth 1 million cannot do that. Let's just put on ZOMG, and in the meanwhile send the BAD, because this is good pierce. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of does good. I'll be honest, for the true sun god you need sacrifices, so with the sacrifices this turret is gonna be insane. Yeah, it's kind of struggled. The balloons are blocking the way, so it cannot actually deal damage to all of them. Again, this is the BAD and all of them combined, so the BAD will die alone from the ray, because this is how much the DPS can the super monkey actually unleash. And yep, it popped, and yep, told you, almost popped all of them with the inside layers. So we can already conclude that this start is definitely extremely amazing. So I can already give it an SS rank. We are moving on to the anti-balloon. The anti-balloon. Now I'll be honest, if you expect anything else except just absolute domination, you're right. And his ability obviously is going to do that. Now, let's just move it to the absolute highest notch, and we just send them. Which F it with ball. So as you can see, we're gonna wait for them to come closer so I can use the ability, but look at that. Boom! DDTs, also handling it. And now, just as in part of the casual thing, I'm gonna send also 145 BADs. You shouldn't look at the round because it's gonna always count around 100. Let's just use the ability. Boom. They got slightly damaged. Now, we need a little bit more oomph to actually pop them. Again, boom. One more ability, and I believe all of them are gonna go to absolute. Okay, they are slightly slipping. Those DDTs will slip. And let's just use the boom. And it's, wow, it's, some of them are gonna slip, but still. The result is better than I expected. And again, boom! 145 BTDs. That is SS plus tier. I mean SS plus tier, there's nothing else that I can say really. The ability is just very powerful, especially with the monkey star perk. But now we move on to the monkey that might definitely steal the show, because this monkey is gonna do insane. You know what? Let's just send 145 ZOMGs. And because he has ability, let's use it. The pierce, I'll be honest, it's not unlimited, but it's still a pretty good pierce, as you can see. His ability is also that if some balloons slip, he actually uses some kind of a shield to save them, to save the lives. Yeah, it doesn't do well, but this is the thing. You'll usually put some upgrades into him. You'll put some upgrades into him, and this is the monkey that will just tell you that the show must go on. Because now it doesn't deal as much damage. As you can see, it kind of struggled here. It lets some balloons through, but no, the ability, and it buffs him, and it buffs him as well. As you can see, oh, and yeah, it's just a grim scenario. The single target, if I send the BAD, obviously it's gonna shred. But because this is the monkey that is quite frankly the insanity, for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna give this monkey an upgrade of the plasma blast, and I'm gonna send again 100 of them. And as you can see, the popping power is increased tremendously. But I'll be honest, 100 ZOMGs, still not bad, but again, it's just... The lag is immense, but well, it can probably pop all of them. It's just the pierce is a bit not on the good side. The lag is immense, the lag is intense. The one thing that would actually fix it will be giving him a super range, because this way he actually gets much more pierce. Now the pierce isn't as big of a problem. As you can see, his stars are bigger and they have a bit more pierce, but it might be in the first path is better with him. So, in conclusion, he also is getting SS plus because of the potential. And now I'm gonna do something just to show you the insanity. I'm gonna sacrifice 50,000 of all of the... It has to be minimum 50,000, so I'm just gonna do these because I know that they're gonna have... Oh, I could have just done that. Get the Sun Temple. It also gets the Monkey Star, wait. It also got the Monkey Star. And now we're gonna sacrifice again. 100,000. And make a true Sun God. And this is a true Sun God that, look at this, they're also Monkey Star. So, round 200 BADs, 145 BADs. Look at the pops. The pops are insane, right? It doesn't pop them, but I just want you to bear in mind the amount of pops. If we do the same with around 100, what will happen is they'll just instantly vaporize and perish. This requires sacrifices for it to be powerful. But I believe, in conclusion, with the previous video, that this monkey deserves a triple S tier. Because the cost of it is insane, but the capabilities and possibilities of it, and then you can buff it with other buffs, it makes it absolutely insane and the most utilized tower for the perk, which is Monkey Star. Now, this is the finalized list. I'm gonna show it on your screen. These are the grades. In conclusion, Super Monkey being absolutely busted with this, not a surprise for me. This is just another league. Dartling Gunner being amazing, as the first path is just absolutely disgusting, especially if you can place it really well on the map. When there's some good straight, they'll just go onto the straight and they'll just get vaporized. Monkey Ace, no surprise, really good overall, all-rounder. The middle path actually is pricing positively, that's why it's gonna get S minus. The Druid being almost perfect, getting those all S across the board, but not really. And the other monkeys not doing as good. The Heli Gunner actually did really well. The Monkey Sub also pretty damn good. But again, those are all the tier 5s without anything. So if you take in consideration that we can do sacrifices for the tier 5 of the true Sun God, this becomes triple S tier. And that is the whole video. If you watched up until this moment, or you're watching this, thank you for watching, even for clicking on this video, even for the views. You can leave a like. I'll be really glad if you left the sub. And I have a small request. If you can, go and watch through the whole video again. Maybe leave some thoughts in the comments. What would you like to add in terms of, maybe there's something I've missed, maybe I didn't utilize the monkey properly. Again, there was a specific set of rules. I pointed out most of them. Some of them were also added in the video that we're doing the same placement, etc, etc. And if you can rewatch this video even on mute and let it run in the background just so I can get some watch hours, I'll be really glad and thankful for that. So thank you for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a sub. I will see you in the next video. I don't know if it will be related to the BTD 6, most likely, or maybe we're gonna play some League of Legends or other games, or the Medieval 2. I've posted a new campaign and I'm gonna be recording more videos as I solve the issues with the game. So I would like to see you there in the other videos. So please, if you're feeling that you have some spare time, check out my channel. Maybe some videos will be fun for you. I'm trying to record the best videos that I can to the best of my capabilities. And yeah, I will see you in a different video in the next video. Take care and have a nice evening or morning, whenever you're watching it. Have a nice day.